Welcome to the Madison Taxi tutorial on the waybill. This will be done at the end of your shift and needs to be turned in every day or at latest the next day. If it's not, there's a $1 penalty for every day that it's late beyond that. That can add up very quickly. So you should have filled this out at the beginning. And as you go through your shifts and you have jobs, you're going to fill this out. I highly recommend that you get a copy of this and do this along with me. I'm going to save you the math part and just give you the answers, but I would pause the video to do that. So first thing we're going to do is I start in a very formulaic way. I go from here and then I go down and then do this and then we're finished. Once you get good at this, it'll take like 4 to 5 minutes. It's really easy. You also want to make sure that you have all your paperwork that's going to go with it as well. So anything you need. When you turn it in, you're also going to need this. We'll go over that at the end. All right. First thing I like to do is I go up here and do this. So this is going to be 156. So just take this minus this and gets this. Next, I'm going to go down here to the credit card. So what I like to do is with my phone, I just do that. We're going to add straight down to get this number. So go ahead and pause the video. You should get 1581. Next, we're going to do the same thing here. We're just adding straight down. This, plus, plus, all the way down. And you should get 362.65. Again, I highly recommend you do this together. So make sure your numbers are lining up. If they're not, go back and check it again. Same thing. We're just going to go down. 1, 2, 3, 3, 3, 2. Now we're going to do number of passengers. That P there is a package. We got to be careful. We're going to put a 1 there, and we had 11 passengers. Following with me? This is the part that gets a little tricky. This number is going to go right there. Okay? Now we're going to count all fares over $10. Ooh, tricky. We got one right here. This is not over $10, so I always do that. We also have one that's over 150, so we have to note that one as well. We have an airport. I always circle my airports. All right, so we have 6. All right, so you can count them. Times $1.50 is $9. The out-of-town adjustment is 10% of that total fare, so it's going to be $16.58. Now, to do this part, you're going to take this number minus these two to give your commission bookings. The commission bookings for this day are $337.07. Yep. All right, then we're going to look how many airport tolls do we have to pay. 1, that'll be $1. Part A is done. We're going to move on to Part B. Part B is a little bit more difficult. Direct billings, you're going to go over here and look at all 3 of them, and you're going to add them up. So $31.20 plus $8.50 and the credit card plus the tips. So these two are going to be added together. So you're going to add all the way across. Same thing with this one. There was no tip there. All right, so there's 3, and the total you're going to get is $237.95. Same thing with the credit cards. You're going to add the tips as well. So this is going to be 10, 10. So pause the video. It should be $95.81. Now we had a $5 cash voucher, which looks like this. This is going to act just like cash, but you're going to write it right here. $5. The fuel expense, because Louis went out of town here, he needed to fill up out of his own money. He paid $25.50. You will need to have a receipt with the gallons and the amount. Again, you're going to, any kind of receipt or credit card slip, you're going to initial and put your car number. Needs to go in your paperwork or it's not going to be counted. All right, we had no miscellaneous, so I always do that. Now, we're going to add these all together to get this number. So we're just going to plus, and we should get 364.26. Last thing we've got to do, we got to take this number add the $1 to add the toll. So this plus this minus this is going to give our cash deposit. Don't be surprised if it's negative. Sometimes that happens. So this is the one I'm actually going to do with you. We can get into our, we're going to take this number, 362.65 plus 1, oops, 0 equals minus this number, 364.26. And we're going to deposit negative 61 cents. So that means you don't have to deposit any of this. Now, what you're going to do is take all your paperwork, your gas receipt, your direct bills that we filled out. So we filled out their name and everything, this information, and we're going to tri-fold it just like this. We need an envelope. We're going to put it in there. Put these two, clip it. Right, the day it is, not the day you send it in, because I always turn mine in the day before. Car and your name, and you're done, and your paperwork is in. It's important this gets in. This is how we get paid. Thanks for watching.